Welcome back to the calendar. Lots of great events going on this weekend. Now, first we want to address how, Chris, can our viewers submit their events to the calendar. Will be published in the Herald-Mail, and possibly we'll talk about it here on the show. But keep in mind, you have to pretend that the person absolutely knows nothing about your event when you submit the information.
That's true. When you have an event that you're doing and you want to let the city know about it, you can send it by email to lifestyle@herald-mail.com. or upload it directly to our calendar online at All Hagerstown. That's ALL Hagerstown.net. And when you submit your information, make sure that you give complete information: where it is, the street address, the town, the time of day, which day, and the date, so we know which day it is. Also, if there's a cost, mention that. If it's open to the public, mention that. If it's free, mention that. Give a little description about the event so that others will be interested in it. Give complete information so that an absolute stranger who read this would know, oh, this is something for me, or this is something for a family, or something for, so folks know.
All right, now let's talk about our next event. Scott Kaywood, we have talked about him before. Really, really interesting art. He's a metal sculptor. He's having his July open house this weekend.
Yes, he has every first Saturday of the month. He opens up his studio and invites people to come in and see what projects he's working on, things he's done in the past. He lives out in the country. He has a small garden just outside his studio, and so you'll see, he's got some pieces that are up in his garden. He has a piece out by the street to let people know where he lives. He's a really nice guy, and he's very insightful about how to create art, whatever the medium may be. He works in metal, but he uses a lot of found metal. So old machine pieces or car parts, he'll use them, incorporate them in a sculpture. So interesting guy,
yeah.
Good, worth visiting, and just to talk about art and see what he does.
Right, that's the interesting part, is to be able to pick the artist's mind and see what they were thinking when they were coming up with this piece of art.
And someone who can actually talk about the creative process and how other people can make art as well.
Okay, let's get that information up on the screen for you. Scott Kaywood is having his open house, and that is going on from noon to 5 on Saturday at his studio in Harpers Ferry Road in Sharpsburg. It is free. There's a telephone number and a website on your screen. Now, the huge event, everyone in Hagerstown will be there. If not, you want to know how to avoid it because of the traffic later on. But the Salute to Independence is going on Saturday night.
Yes, and this is one of the huge events of the year. The Maryland Symphony Orchestra presents this every year, the concert on the first Saturday of the month, first Saturday of July, which sometimes is on the 4th of July, but this year is on the 6th of July. And the people gather in the afternoon. They lay claim to space by putting down some tarp or something so that they know this is where I'm going to be later on. People will be there for all day. They'll picnic, they will throw frisbees, they'll have a good time. And then in the evening, the MSO will perform on a big outdoor stage, huge outdoor stage. And then there's usually guest artists. In this case, the fellow who played Robert E. Lee, General Lee, in the movie Lincoln, will be the host, the master of ceremonies for the day. And one of the featured artists featured musicians is Jenny Avila, who is a local singer and songwriter who wrote songs based on letters and stories about local people during the Civil War. And then after the concert, there's the fireworks.
Great.
So it's a great day of celebrating America's independence.
It is. Let's get that information up on the screen for you. The Salute to Independence starts at 6:30 on Saturday at the Antietam National Battlefield near Sharpsburg. It is free, and there's a website on your screen. We have a band concert going on at City Park.
Yes, and this is something, this is by the New Horizons Band. It's a group of seniors who get together, senior citizens who get together and play music, and they'll be performing music in honor of Peter Byes, who was the leader of the Hagerstown Municipal Band.
Okay.
And Peter Byes was active from the 20s through the 50s. He had a long career. And this is music that, big band music and pop music from that day, the war era of World War II and also the Korean War. So lots of familiar tunes from the American Standard collection, and so they'll be performing some of those. And it's a good concert. There's some chairs there right in front of the stage. This is at the Peter Byes Band Shell in City Park. It should be a nice time.
Great. All right, let's get those details up for you. Band concert going on Saturday at 7:30 at the Peter Byes Band Shell in City Park. At City Park in Hagerstown. It is free, and there's a telephone number and a website on your screen. Now we have summer concerts in the park. That's taking place in downtown Berkeley Springs,
Yes,
West Virginia.
Right, at Berkeley Springs State Park. And this is the first concert in their summer concert series,
Okay.
which is more or less weekly. And this is Brother Josephus and the Love Revolution. These guys are really out there. They're great stage performers, and they do a lot of New Orleans soul, jazz, some rock, some gospel. They do a good show because they know, a band wants to do good music, but they also want to provide a good show. So
Okay.
this is the first concert of this series.
All right, let's take a look at those details. Summer concerts in the park going on at Berkeley Springs State Park in downtown Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, and that starts at 5:30 on Saturday. It is free, and there is a telephone number and a website on your screen. Now, Sharpsburg is celebrating its 250th anniversary, and this is going on Sunday.
Yes, and Sunday afternoon, basically from just before noon on, they'll be celebrating their founding by Joseph Chaplin, and then lots of events having to do with the history and the heritage of Sharpsburg. This is not a high-profile event. There's a lot more things that are more low-key. There will be the day will start with gathering at the gravesite of Joseph Chaplin, who founded the city in 1763. And then, so they'll honor him. And then, of course, one of the things that he was said to do was to, he built the city, or sort of founded the city around a spring. So there may be some events at the spring as well, and then there's a book talk, there's history programs, there's music by the Roarsville Band. They'll perform a concert in the evening with a world premiere of a band arrangement of something written about Joseph Chaplin called Chaplin's Strut. And an ice cream social. I mean, it's a low-key event, but it celebrates 250 years of one of the oldest cities in Hagerstown.
Yeah, and it sounds like a great way to wrap up your Independence Day weekend as well. So let's get those details up on the screen for you. Sharpsburg's 250th anniversary is going on all afternoon into the evening on Sunday, July 7th. It's in downtown Sharpsburg. Many of the events are free, and there's a telephone number on your screen. And last event, we have a book signing going on with Jeff Alt.
Jeff Alt he's an outdoors writer, and he and his family will be present at the Appalachian Trail Conservancy in Harpers Ferry. This is the headquarters for the Appalachian Trail. And he'll be talking about his book, and then he and his family will actually sing and perform a song it's an original song they put together. So it's kind of nice to meet with him and his family.
All right, let's put those details up for you. Book signing by Jeff Alt on Sunday from 1 to 3 at the Appalachian Trail Conservancy in Harpers Ferry. It is free. There's a telephone number and a website on your screen. So get out and enjoy some of these events this weekend. Have a safe Independence Day weekend. Thank you for watching us on the calendar.